What's up, guys? Thank you for clicking on the video. So yes, this one we are going to do all C5 stuff. So we're going to talk about the lights. Lights have resumed production. We are getting shipments in every couple days here, but we are building like mad. Kelcie, she hasn't been building for a while, and she said she lost her man hands.
Yeah,
her hands got soft. This girl got soft.
Man hands to match my big fat man body.
You see the man body, everybody? So she's struggling a bit, but yeah, she's getting back in the groove. And then we're going to continue the MaxDin development for C5. I'm going to talk to you guys about some issues that I'm facing, things that we're trying to overcome. And I thought I'd have this thing done and ready to go by now, but man, the little hits keep coming. So that's what we're going to talk about here today on KnightDriveTV.
I always wanted to build fast cars, so self-taught I started with engine swaps, composites in my apartment to multiple shops, tuning, fabrication, and more. 10 years later, the big time, SEMA, Speed TV, a climb from nothing, but I lost it all. This is my new ride, KnightDriveTV. When failure is not an option, us car guys keep banging the gears of life.
C5 MaxDin testing time. We got some details in this video. I'm going to remind you right off the bat, if you are watching this video and you are interested in MaxDin screens, headlights, future products, it is very critical that you subscribe to this video, subscribe to this channel, like the video, please comment. I know some of you guys don't like being a slave. I had a couple guys say, I don't want to be a fan of yours, I just want what you sell. Well, unfortunately, look, every business has a way of doing things, and the way that I like doing this through YouTube, because it's the easiest way for me to reach everybody, kind of give you a full message. It reduces emails, it keeps the company efficient, and it really is the best way for you to keep up with what's going on. And I really got away from this last year, and I really am focusing going into 2024 with really connecting the YouTube system with what I'm building and what I'm doing. And it's really gonna make for more products for you guys and just a more efficient way for me to do business. This is the newest prototype. This is what I had at SEMA. We've 3D printed plugs here, as you can see, looking in the screen. They're on top. And so we connected this unit to the side. You can see that there is, I don't know if you can see that or not, there's some connections on the side here. So this unit kind of goes into the dash, and the issue that I'm having is the wires I don't think are quite making it out and curling on the top, because as you know, you have to hold it, you know, way out from the console. The console's here, you're gonna go like this, and those wires can't come out and plug in. So we're looking at a few things today. So I have a new mounting system. We got some metal bent up, and it's going to be a pinch system. So what it's going to try to do is it's going to squeeze this to the console and hold it in place. And I had these retention clips, and I've been clicking them in, and that's how we originally made it mount to the console. But a couple things that we're looking at is potentially disconnecting this whole back section and putting this back section inside of the where basically the head unit used to go. And then your HVAC plug is down here, and obviously some of the power for that, and that's what commands the system on, and everything comes from here. So so considering taking this off, so in this video, I've continued to work on the interface here to try and get this to mount more cleanly, because I really want it to tuck real tight up against the console. And then I'm going to look into a space for this, and in this video I'm going to talk about the first 50. This is coming. Obviously founding members are going to be the first people to have an opportunity to be in beta. I will need to probably speak in some loose way to everybody who's beta. I do want a variety of skill sets. I don't necessarily want a bunch of skilled people. I kind of want those people that are also, you know, real unsure of themselves. So we can kind of get a true test, because I want to know that it's easy for everybody, not just people who are very tech savvy. But that being said, I do want some people who are on the upper tier of real comfortable with this, that will go through the systems and we'll play with it in a way that, you know, they get the best use out of it and talk to me about it and whatnot. So yeah, this is a pinch system, and what it's going to use is we have these 3D printed holes, and it's going to kind of sit on there and pinch the plastic between itself. and I still feel like this is going to cause me some issues, but as you can see, we have the plug interfaces all pretty much ready to go. We've got most of the materials bent in the back, ready to go, production ready. All this stuff is production ready. It just comes down to the mounting system, and it comes down to this interface, which we're continually have been reshaping before we commit to the molds. Okay, so some of you guys are wondering bezels, and so the molds, all this stuff is being run by the same company in terms of the molds, the ABS side of things. And so I've been continually discussing that with them. As I've posted before, we have had to make some revisions. So at this point, they have everything, and we're going through a second iteration right now. I'm pushing to get them delivered by the end of the year here. That's where we're at right now. Anyway, let's go back to the unit. Oh man, sitting back in my car, I tell you what, can I take a second to say how much I just miss driving this car? I really love my Z06. I don't know, if you're in the East, you might assume things about Vegas. They got so many mountains. Vegas has the recipe to just be the ultimate car enthusiast center, but it just doesn't. You know, we have so many mountains, but we have no mountain roads. We have literally no place to enjoy a car like this. And so I'm driving, my H2 Hummer and my Tahoe all the time because it's like what Vegas is built for. And so I just don't drive this car. And luckily, I will say that the SCCA and this local group, they're running a lot more track days this year. And, I've tried to talk to Spring Mountain. Some of you guys may be familiar with them. They would run the C7 and C8 like driving courses, and Ron Fellows is there. I've tried to do deals with Dream Racing, if you followed the channel, to just have more driving in my life. But man, I am like 3.5, 4 years being in Vegas and just not having any driving roads, anywhere to go. Like, man, it's the only thing that really weighs on me. I really like living here, and I like the recipe that I have here in terms of the shop space on the property and stuff, but I just have no driving in my existence anymore. And I haven't been online racing nearly as much. I've been redoing my cockpit setup and everything, but I have everything pushed aside because of the workload of all the stuff here. And so it's just like I've been really missing, having this car. It needs some things though, and I don't have the time. So it's just really sad just sitting in it. I'm like, man, as you can see in here, we do have this upper cage. This is what remains inside of here. So the issue that I'm seeing is, and I've got remnants of the other prototype in here, which I got readjusted some wiring. So this is the back side of the console, and you can see how we're getting this bit of movement with just using these retaining clips. So I knew that's not going to really cut it. So what we're trying to do here is use a pinch system from the back side. So kind of looking into the procedure of getting this in to see how feasible it is to mount it into the console and then work its way into the dash. So that's what I'm working on here. I can see I'm going to have to put a clearance here because you can't get this back out. Can't get my finger in there, so that's going to be an issue. It all comes down to the details. Getting the 85% of it done is one thing, but getting the details done, that's the hard part. So it is a pinching system, and it's using that center crossover to pinch it in there. So it's extremely tight in the console right now. I mean, it's 100%. It's one with the console. So my concern is the dynamic loads, because this console is, it's mounted in a few small areas and it clicks in, and I think it's pretty secure in there, but that's just in normal modes. And obviously when you get into guys that are, they're doing hole shots and things like that, or if you get rear-ended, there's a lot of weight here, a lot of mass associated with this unit. And while it's confidently secure to this plastic, I'm a little concerned of how secure the plastic is to the car, and it not coming this way in some type of rear end situation or punching, just a lot of dynamic loads on this plastic. So the plastic wasn't designed for that. Obviously, that's what the cage is for. So thinking an anchoring system at minimum. I'm going to see how easily I can plug this in. There's going to have to be something though, either attach the cage in there, or we're going to consider removing that rear unit entirely. And that may be the best solution, to be honest with you, because at that point then this unit is all that's really physically relying on the plastic. And as you can see, this is where it's getting tricky. I don't have any slack in getting this unit. You got to kind of get this up as close to the dash as possible and slowly 90 degrees and click in. It's going to be very tough. Hopefully I can get it going, but I don't think it's a good solution. The plug's set back a bit, so I probably will be able to get it in, I think, but it is going to be a little bit of maneuvering, and obviously there are worse things, but yeah. I mean, I clicked them in. I will admit I've done much worse things in life. I won't say it's the easiest. I could see it being a point of frustration for some people. I'm a little out of breath, so that tells you I worked a little bit for it. I don't know, throw me a comment, guys. Tell me what you think. I'm trying to give you as many good views as I can to give you a feel of what this unit's going to feel like if you do end up with one. But I got one, so I don't care what happens. So, you know, I mean, I want everybody to have them. I want people to be excited, but man, the hate train, it rolls heavy with this unit in the C6. You know, I had a guy with a Raptor. He was going on and on, like, you know, he only paid $1,100 for his unit in his Raptor. And, you know, as much as, I mean, Raptors are cool. They've come a long way. The Bronco Raptor, I mean, I appreciate it, but these are $100,000 F-150s. I'm just going to be real. I mean, it's not an F-150 any more than, you know, I mean, I understand a ZR1, C7, you know, ZR1 isn't a C7 Stingray, but it is. I mean, it's, at the end of the day, there's a lot of Stingray in there. Obviously, they designed the Stingray and the ZR1, and you kind of get the better car with the stock vehicle because you're getting all the chassis, all, you know, the major mechanical bits and the engineering and the torsional rigidity and all that to take a lot more power that they know that they're going to put in later. So I'm like, I told the guy, I'm like, look, you know, I know you have a Raptor, which is expensive, but that's also an F-150. So obviously the buyer pool for F-150 screens, you know, they sell thousands per month. These low volume things, it's very hard to make this in low volume. We can't buy a ton of volume. This is basic economics, guys. Man, end of day, I got mine. Problems. So I'm not able to turn any radio on or music because of copyright, but we are definitely having a bass response or filtering issue. So I want to see if it's related to Android Auto or Spotify, or so I'm going to load some music directly in the hard drive. Notice this one plug is not, it's not seating, it's coming up and out. So I'm trying to determine, see, we should be able to extract some noticeable difference here. Guys, let me point out something while I'm in here and I'm thinking about it. These lights, this color like this, so the buttons, they are black and you will not see these big dots. I know a few people are saying, oh man, I really like the dots like that, but if you'll notice, there's no, let me focus here. Oh wait, I don't have my autofocus on, hang on. There is no insignia, so you can't tell what the buttons do. So this is just prototype. So typically it would be there would be a blower marking and these would be black. You'd be able to tell what these do. So this is just prototype. That's why they're looking like that. So if people super duper like this, there may be a solution later, but I want to be clear. Yours will not be glowing like this. It'll be pretty much black, but you will see the light coming through the little indicators, so that's what lights up. So the little fans would light up on this. You know, all the functions are what lights up and what lets the light bleed through. You know, it ain't good when you got to bust out the multimeter. So yeah, we're trying to test and figure out what must be burnt in this here. So we're gonna have to pin out some things, and looks good. 5 volts, waiting for word back. If you can notice, it's nearly dark outside. Who's calling me?
Incoming call from unknown address. Will you answer or reject?
Hey, answer it. Hello, this is Damien.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey. I'm heading over to Albertsons for some drinks. You want something? Or anything from there?
I don't know. You're on my MaxDin.
Oh, geez.
I've never taken a call on this before. I didn't even know I had the mic set up.
I know. Look at that.
Yeah, I happen to be shooting video, so now you're in the video. That's Lace, by the way.
Hello,
everybody.
People.
Yeah.
So MaxDin audio works?
Yeah, of course. So, so yeah, I'm testing some things. So, drink-wise, I don't know, Lace. I was just checking the other video I uploaded this morning. You know, I just want to tell you guys, you know, I do this YouTube thing because I think it's the best way to communicate with everybody. Obviously, the Facebook groups and things like that. I have the new MaxDin support group on Facebook, KnightDriveTV MaxDin support group, the KnightDriveTV Corvette enthusiast group. These are the best places. I feel like communicating with everybody there and through YouTube is probably the best method. So, do you remember iPods, Lace?
I do.
Did you have an iPod?
I did.
Okay, so back in the day, I got this little piece on the ground. So back in the day, you could buy this little jumper, and this little jumper here connected to an interface that had a plug coming out of it that went to an iPod, which I had in the center console. So I had this car since 2011. And so basically, you plug your factory harness into this, and then this replaced your factory plug. Well, disregard this board. It replaced the factory plug with this, and this went into the back of your factory radio. Well, it has a bunch of pins. Everything is like full. And so that's because it was relaying audio and things like that. Well, if you can see this was part of the prototype unit prior to this, and they pinned off of that. And now that I don't have this in the car, our audio is not working right. So that's the problem. Yep, so that's the issue. So now I've got to get a battery. I have a lithium, if you guys remember, I had a lithium in the car, and it actually has held up really well, but I can't leave the car on and like run the radio and the blower and stuff like that. It doesn't like that at all. So that being said, until we jump to tomorrow, I want to talk about economics of all this. I'm having a lot of discussions with you guys on Facebook, and you know, it's reasonable. Everybody's concerned. Who doesn't want things cheaper? I certainly do. And so I have CJ there on the group. We were talking back and forth. He said, you know, we all understand the attempt being made and appreciated. Honestly, you know, nobody's making parts for these cars and things like that. But he's like, you know, it's just at the price point, you know, a lot of people are not going to want this. And so I totally understand that. And so, you know, that's the hurdle with this stuff, right, Lace?
It is. I mean, this isn't cheap or easy to develop.
Right.
I mean, the C5 one has been in development for some time.
Yeah.
And I mean, just the cost that goes into it, it's not going to be for everybody, unfortunately.
Yeah. So that is the issue. It's not going to be for everybody. And, you know, the tricky part is to calculate who it's going to be for and who it's not going to be for. And then we have the issue with the triple knobs, the analog setup that's not digital. So, you know, it's something that, you know, I'm trying to keep the faith, but I think that, you know, what I'm gonna have to do is we're gonna have to do kind of a deposit-based system, kind of a pre-commitment like you see with like a Cybertruck or something like that. Somebody puts in 100, gets, you know, kind of a pre-commitment, and then when we get to the point of production, if we move forward, then we'll charge the whole thing. And maybe this will give us a better indicator, because I noticed with C6, you know, I had an email list of 500 people that said they wanted it, and a fraction of those people actually purchased it. So, you know, it's necessary for you guys that are interested in this to really, you know, some of you guys said, yeah, I've been setting money aside and stuff like that. And obviously, you know, the founding member and stuff like that, I mean, I have been counting on pushing through on this. We just have to make sure we hit the numbers to make the price be where it needs to be. If it seems like it's going to be less production, it's going to go, the price is going to go up, because we can't buy as much material up front. And obviously, as any of you guys, construction workers, anybody knows, I mean, the more material buy, that's how you get volume discounts. So
And trust me, he's gonna try to get this as cheap as he possibly can for you guys.
For sure.
I mean, we did this with the headlight kits. I think a lot of people could have charged 800 plus for that.
how many people have asked, you know, is that price just for one headlight?
Yeah, it's really crazy. And that's why I say that, because a lot of people think that it's like, oh, you're paying per headlight. No, it's the whole kit. It's that cheap.
And so that's proof that, I mean, if I could drive the price down, I will drive the price down.
Exactly.
But, you know, people are saying like they want this, you know, much cheaper than it costs to actually even make. All right, so new addition to the house, obviously, for you guys who may or may not follow along. I got these carts, and these are like these narrow carts that I found. They call them U-boats, and they've got the 6-wheel arrangement, two, and then the taller center wheels so you can pivot them. So in here, Lace has been pre-building boxes for all the headlight kits. Well, she didn't cut those yet. We're pre-boxing, getting ready for all the back order shipments. So, see, I love this. Look how, I don't know if I can drive in video, but Yeah, see, it just fits and pivots. It's wonderful. Oh, this DHL. That's what they bring. They bring a van, and I bring the... Come on. Alrighty, coming up to the print room here. All right. Yep. Kits, and more kits. Look what we have. Lights. There's a few changes that we made as a result of going with this new supplier, and it's changes I was thinking about Kelcie when I made these changes, because she obviously is the production person, but we've progressed quite a bit since the beginning. In the beginning, none of this wiring was this way. These were raw wires coming out of all three. Zach would, when he was building lights, who's my brother, he's in Alaska now. I'll throw up a clip of Alaska and he's showing you what he's doing, if any of you have followed that long.
This is actually the biggest truck we have. It's the newest one too. I think it's like $600,000. It's brand new. I got a better shot though.
He used to wire all these together. This was all soldered. It had a loom, and then it would come down to these plugs. Well, then progressively I made changes and went to this modular system so that if there was a burnout, you could replace. And then the only thing we would do is Kelcie would take that yellow wire and combine them for the halos, and then she would add this. Well, now I have the company actually doing this part, so her job is more going to be to assemble everything, test, and obviously we manufacture all the plastics like you see, which are everywhere, and these are some before they're assembled. Obviously, like Legos, they got to be stripped, and she keeps them. Obviously, because of the situation, we are stocked up, so it's better also because now they put these 3 in a box. So before it used to be the 2 low beams paired, the single high beam, and then we would wire at that location, but now they just come as 3. So that's what we're doing. Well, you can see it's nighttime. We're going to check on Kelcie. It's about 6:30, and we're going to see what the light progress is for day 1 of production resuming. Why do you look like this?
Because I'm testing.
Okay. You said 40 something. It's now 6:30, so how many have you?
10. Because I had to take them apart, and I haven't even gotten those apart. My hands hurt so bad from trying to get them.
Because you ain't worked. You ain't worked anymore.
Yeah.
Her hands
I'm
got soft.
soft.
This girl got soft.
I turned into a fucking woman for 6 months, and now I gotta go back to being a man.
Oh, here you
Gotta
go,
get my
wokester.
Man hands to match my big fat man body.
Oh my God. Yeah, man body. You see the man body, everybody? Why are you doing this?
This is what I'm talking about. I can't get it out of the bracket.
This girl just admitted to me. You cried today. Is what you just told me.
Yeah.
Two times.
2 times. Trying to get the lights out of the brackets.
And you cried.
And I cried.
Why?
Because it's so difficult. It's a testament to how well you made this kit, because I
Oh my
cannot
God.
for the life of me get them out of the brackets.
What the hell? You can't be crying up here. There's no crying in KnightDriveTV at Lightland.
I can do whatever I want when I'm up here.
Oh my God.
By myself. No one around. No one is around.
They're gonna feel bad for you and attack me.
Good.
What?
I mean, don't attack you, but feel bad.
Oh, they
for
will.
me.
They attacked me already. All right. They're getting me, but we are going to end today at 10, is what you're saying, right? And then tomorrow, it's better?
Tomorrow should be 45.
Oh gosh, that's a big jump.
Well, the rest of the 45. All of this that's on the floor.
Yeah, so DHL has delivered, I don't know why they do this, but they delivered in spurts. And so I got this delivery notification for the 7th. The 7th was the first day we were supposed to get lights. So technically we got lights early, but it was like part of a shipment. So, and there's a bunch of shipments coming. So now I'm getting notifications for the 11th. So it's like we're just going to keep getting spurts, I guess. So You know, we're going to build as quickly as we can. Why are you doing this?
This is what I'm talking about. I can't get it out of the bracket.
There. We don't want them coming out while people are driving. And that's before the screw goes in. She can do it, you can do it, folks. So if you ever have to change one out, I'm going to point you to this video and be like, Kelcie can do it. Well, kind of strange. As far as DHL is concerned, this is now the next day, obviously, from the first day we got the lights. And I still don't have the lights that were supposed to come, so DHL has them somewhere. DHL is, obviously, I don't have any choice. I mean, the way that they ship, you got to use DHL, so, yeah.
Why?
What?
Why?
Why what?
Why do you come in here?
Because I want them to see your authentic
Right in my
feeling
face.
and reaction. Because I want them to know what you're experiencing right now. There's lights here. There's lights here.
Those are done, tested, ready to be shipped.
Done, tested, and ready to be shipped. So, what's the time? What do you feel like you're gonna do per day?
I don't know, because the unboxing, taking them out of the plastic and screwing them to the harnesses took a lot longer than I thought it would.
What's the number?
30?
30 a day.
But I haven't tested, because I've had pods.
I'm too close.
I've had pods stripped and ready to go,
Yeah.
so I'm worried
So
that...
you're gonna slow down. We're waiting on lights. So did you go through all the lights that we have here right now?
Yeah,
Like we don't have any more lights. Like we need more from DHL.
yeah.
So they're all consumed.
All 45 kits. worth.
45 kits. So 44 kits, right? Because didn't we
Oh,
scavenge?
Yeah, 44.
So 44 kits, less of back order. Here they come. Here they come. Tell them. Here they come.
Here they come.
Well, that's a wrap on this one, guys. I am going to get back to welding stops tomorrow and shipping out any remaining returns, MaxDins. I'm trying. So that's it. I know you probably didn't enjoy this video. Sorry.